Estoy comiendo mierda, tremendo mierda. Yo,
Pero la papa va a ser cosas de incentivo. Tiene desperdicio. Qué vacilo.
Whoa, snap everybody, top of the morning to ya. Jess, how are you doing today? How are you? Huh? You feeling good? You feeling great? I did a humongous wet fart of a social interaction. I think it was yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. I sent a text to a friend of mine who lives pretty far away from me, and I was just like, you know what? Let me just reach out. Let me just reach out AT&T style right now. And I was like, hey, I hope your day's off to a good start. Ain't that nice? Ain't that nice? You're probably thinking like, oh, that's sweet. And you know, I thought so too. And then she texted back saying, I'm at my grandmother's funeral. So, don't reach out. Don't reach out. If you want somebody to have a good day, just think it in your head and never let them know. Just let those friendships fade into the ether. No, I'm kidding. But just, send generic texts. That's the lesson. Hey, and then you sit back and you wait. And judging on their reply, you see how to move forward. It's better to go, hey, what's up? Nothing cataclysmic. Well, then I hope your day's off to a good start. That's how you do it. Not like I did. Hey, I hope your day's going awesome. Yeah, I was just molested by a grizzly bear and got a phone call saying that my mother is actually my sister. Holy shit. It's important to figure out whether the water is warm before jumping in. That's all I'm saying, people. That's all I'm saying. Lesson learned. You know who's also learning lessons? Harvey Weinstein. Oh, the ladies are coming down on you, Harvey. And not the way you like it either. They're just, whew. The torches have been lit. The pitchforks have been grabbed. They're coming. This is like the angry villager mob scene in the black and white Frankenstein. Right now, what you just saw, if you've been seeing the news where all these people have been coming out saying, Harvey did this to me. Harvey asked me to jerk him off with my feet, or whatever the hell the article said. The point is, it is on. It is on. That's right, the ladies ain't gonna take it, Harvey. They're not gonna take it. No, they ain't gonna take it. They're not gonna jerk you off anymore. Sorry. That last part just... The Holy Spirit got me, people. I don't know what happened. But this is the truth. There's a movement happening. It's bubbling up. It's getting stronger. It's getting stronger, people. It's getting stronger. I feel it. And you know what? It's about time, baby. Yes, sir. Take all the creeps in showbiz down. Every last one of them. I mean, I wonder if this is actually going to result in less pervy people or just more secretly pervy people. Is this actually going to cause a societal change in the way that people are raised and the way that their minds work? Or are they going to start having like the underground railroad of perviness? Will there be an Illuminati for pervs? Just this group that wears cloaks but jerks off in front of each other? I don't know. Hell, some people will tell you that's exactly what the Illuminati do. Oh, God, this is the latest in many, many, many entertainment industry, showbiz-related sexual harassment stories, and I don't know what the ripple effects of this thing is going to be, but I do think it shows one of the many ways in which humanity still has a long way to go before we can rightfully claim to no longer be animals. The things that Harvey Weinstein has allegedly done, I totally buy it, I think he did it, are horrible. But I'm still shocked that other people are shocked. To me, at our worst, we are just animals. That's it. We're just animals that have gotten way farther than the other animals. And one of the things that we've developed that separates us from the other animals is that ability to pretend like we are not just another animal. That's one of the very fun things about being a human. We get to go, oh, no, I'm different than you. Okay? Go back into the ocean and keep eating algae and whatever. I am enlightened. Okay? Not like you. I'm not like you, gorillas. I'm not like you, dingoes. I'm not like you, bats, birds, snakes, insects. I'm not like any of you. That's right, I'm me. But we are very much still animals. And it shows every time somebody whips their dick out on the subway. It shows every time some CEO calls his assistant into the room. Jane, have a seat. Listen, I got a lot of ideas. I'm really stressed. A lot is on my mind. And I'm just wondering, would you like me to get you coffee? No, massage my balls. Okay, calm down. No, do not call the Wall Street Journal. We can work this out. Exhibitionists everywhere. We're animals. But we love to think we're not. Your dog licks his privates in front of you 5 times a day. No biggie. Some guy pulls out a testy on the bus, it's the apocalypse. Now, of course, this Harvey Weinstein situation is not like that. This is not a case of the peekaboo testy here. There were mind games. There were power plays. I mean, sure, he didn't go full Cosby, but still. He wanted a little audience participation. I know, it's different. It's not just he was being an exhibitionist. He was asking for massages and doing that very old school producer thing of like, hey, Toots, you do this for me, guess what? I'm gonna make you a star. And that's just, I don't know, that's gross in a whole different way. When I say these things about us being animals, I think it's true, but that doesn't mean that I think these predatory habits and behaviors are okay. They are not. I'm just shocked that people are still shocked that it happens. But yeah, not acceptable. For anyone to put a woman in that position of feeling really uncomfortable, just freaked out and just like, what the hell is going on? No one should have to be made to feel that weird mix of horror and fear and confusion and just awkwardness to like the 10th degree. That shouldn't be happening. And I think, luckily, we're working towards a place where it won't be happening anymore. But at the same time, I do think that it's true that we are beasts of the wild. And we're working in a very long-term plan to change these habits and stop doing those weird primal things that are only weird now because we're no longer primal to the level that we used to be. Because if we were wild and whatever, no one would think twice about literally anything. Anything horrific, sexual, weird, whatever ideas are coming to your head as I'm saying those words, none of that would matter for a second in the animal kingdom if we didn't have this society thing built around us to guide us away from those urges. Oh snap, I see a new story developing on my phone. Well, in addition to the Harvey Weinstein story, apparently now at some point, he cornered a woman in a restaurant so that he could pleasure himself in front of her. Wow. Again, that's the thing. Is this a perverted, deranged man? Or is it an animal? That's what, you see. I'm not saying it's okay. It's not okay. But I am saying it's funny that we're shocked. That's all I'm saying. It's funny that we're shocked when someone does something like that. My dog, I know I keep bringing dogs as the example, but my dog, out of nowhere one day, I was wrestling him, and he just started humping my arm. He just started humping my arm, just for the first time in his life, and the last time, which is kind of insulting to me. But whatever. The point is, at that point, my dog had never done that before, and I started wrestling him, and I didn't notice that. I guess while wrestling him, some part of his brain was just like, I don't know what happened. I guess some part of his brain was like, we're wrestling. This is kind of like doing it. I guess I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. And it starts like humping at my arm. And it was a very small amount of horrifying and mostly funny. Because, yes, I understand, he's a beagle, and it's hard to be terrified of something that's that adorable and that much smaller than you humping you. Granted, when it's a person, that is flipped on its head and is just all terrifying. But the point is, at that moment, when my adorable teddy bear of a dog was just humping away at my arm, I realized this is what happens to people. This is it's a much more intricate version of that, but it's that. When like a dude gets rapey and just freaks out on someone, or doesn't get rapey but just gets weird, whips out a ball or two, starts jerking off in front of somebody. Whenever that happens, it's that moment. It's that animal moment. Whatever happened to my dog happens to them, where their brain just goes down a rabbit hole and all their like primal senses kick in and they just They don't give a shit where they are, who they're talking to, what's going on, is this okay, is it not okay? They're just like, I'm in a Benihana, and I need to whip out my junk. Hey, chef, pass me the soy sauce, baby. Papa needs some lube. Oh, Jesus. Somebody call 911 and get this guy out of here.
It's an animal thing. Do we need to get rid of it? Hell yeah, we do. Is it going to happen tomorrow?
Probably not a chance, even a little bit, no.
But,
eventually, I believe it will. It's one of those long-term games. It's a long-term thing, but you can make several big steps, several big strides to get rid of those predatory people, that predatory mindset. But it's a long-term game, people. And that's all we got for today. Thank you for listening to Oops, Wrong Hole. I'm Ramses Ralvacast, your host and brother in solidarity, ladies. Don't you forget it. It may take some time, but the times they are a-changin', little by little. And sometimes very quickly. We'll see which one it is, but I just want to leave you guys on this on the serious nightly evening news note and say that I makes the jokes, but I never, ever mean to trivialize something that causes pain and sadness. That is never what I want to do. And if I ever make you feel that way with something that I said, please reach out to me and ask me what I meant to say by that, and I will clear it up. I will let you know what my thought process was when I made that joke and where I actually think the joke is. Because that's going to be another episode. I want to talk about humor and why it goes off the rails and why there's so many problems in social media primarily and just in general media of how people take humor from certain people. Because it is a tricky thing, doing the humor thing when there's so many different people out there, different opinions, different trigger points, different people that have had horrible experiences based on specific things that you don't know as a comic, and you just touch on it in a joke, and suddenly, you know, the person takes it as like an attack or like you're trying to stomp on their heart or something, and that's not what it is. But we'll talk about that in a different episode. As for this one, it is over. And to summarize and wrap up these thoughts on Harvey Weinstein, I just want to say if he's taken delight in the things that he's subjected these women to and to this day finds enjoyment in what he's done, then he deserves what's on its way. And boy, is it on its way. And also, if Harvey Weinstein is somebody who's had a malfunctioning brain and has been taken hostage by this malfunctioning brain, then I hope he gets out of it. And if what he's been saying is sincere, which obviously we'll take it with a giant barrel of salt, but if he is sincere in that off chance, then I sincerely hope he works through these problems and comes out the other side as an example of how humanity can better itself when it wants to. So, that's that. Bye-bye.